never gets better than it gets right now. It never gets better than it quits. It never gets better than it gets right now. It never gets better than it quits. It never gets better than it gets right now.
Good evening! Welcome to Tweed Up, where we take video games, music, movies, and more way too seriously. I'm Neil, this is Zac, and today we're talking about the album Infinite Spring by the band Superviolet.
Yeah, pretty awesome.
Yeah, our first, I think, Ohio band that we've done a straight-up review for, right?
Well, we did the National.
Yeah, they
Cincinnati.
don't...
You calling them Brooklyn?
Do they count? Yeah, I think they're more of a Brooklyn band.
How many songs they have called Blood Buzz Brooklyn?
That's true.
All right.
Superviolet, though, a Columbus band.
Yes,
you know?
yes.
You can safely call
we're going to out ourselves. We live in Columbus, Ohio, man.
Yeah.
Go Buckeyes.
So this is Steve Ciolic,
That's
vocals,
how you pronounce it.
Guitar, Zach Little on bass, Zach Little from Saint Seneca, another Columbus band,
Mm-hmm.
and then Matt Clymer on drums. So Steve is the kind of his band.
Yeah.
And he was in a band called The Sidekicks for a while, put out 5 records, really, really well respected. And then he was in Saint Seneca for a little while, played guitar and did some backing vocal on the 2018 Pillars of Na. This album's fantastic. And then Zach Little, who's the main creative force in Saint Seneca, helps on this record.
Yeah.
Not only does he play bass, he's helping with some production, some writing, some backing vocals and stuff too.
Love the Columbus music scene.
Yeah.
Man. Wonder what studio. I should have looked into it, but.
All right. But yeah, it's I would say these guys are in the kind of it's indie rock, but almost some folk indie rock.
Sad dad rock a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So did you enjoy it?
I did.
Yeah.
I thought it was a great recommendation. Thank you for finding it. As always, I'm shocked that you don't own the physical album. I think that's the first time that we. He does have the Sidekicks record though, so 75%.
No, that's Saint Seneca.
Oh, Saint Seneca. Sorry. Either way, a band that I used to see in the other paper.
Yeah.
Anyway, we don't have to go that deep into hometown, but love you, Ohio State. Man, I really enjoyed it.
Nice.
It starts off really great. Let's talk about that first song. Angels on the Ground, man.
Angels on the Ground. For me, like, this gives off kind of Wilco and Bright Eyes vibes. Yeah.
It says Wilco.
We didn't compare notes before. He's very excited
all right,
about
so
this.
Behind the scenes, we might exchange a couple of ideas before we shoot a video, but this is a conversation.
We try to not talk about stuff that we're going to talk about, for content.
Welcome to our content.
Yeah.
Wilco, Bright Eyes, band I am notorious for loving. Surprisingly, okay, so we talked about how the National used a lot of or no subtlety whatsoever, just putting everything out there, whereas Lana Del Rey, a lot of metaphors and stuff.
Yeah,
I think these guys are a happy medium.
Yeah, that there's some cool lines. I love.
Yeah,
he says Camry running smooth.
Yeah,
I love that.
Yeah. I think that this album overall is about falling in love.
Yeah.
Wow, a music record or a rock and roll record about falling in love. How unique, or any music period. But what I wrote down for this one is quite a bit, actually. Life isn't a highway. It's a path where if I stare long enough, there's your love. And like that right off the rip grabbed me, and I'm like, okay, like let's see what we got going on. And then track number 2, Blue Bower.
It's a little more country-ish.
Yeah.
More Americana.
Right. Getting out towards Zanesville.
I wrote down Sunvolt, but I also wrote down like Beach Boys. It's like, it's got that, it's got that Americana, but it sort of has that, I don't know, Beatles-esque or Beach Boys attention to melody.
I see the Beach Boys more than the Beatles, but I get what you're saying. Yeah. I think the song is kind of about being self-conscious, worrying about what other people think of you, and totally identify with that. It's personal note, and I preach a lot better than I practice, but it's fruitless to worry about not being enough. Just be yourself. People will love you.
It's got a great solo in it, too.
It sure does.
Track 3,
my favorite song on the record, and when I was fully sold, I went from saying like, oh, they're in Columbus, I'd probably, accidentally see a show sometime, to, oh, I gotta check them out, man.
Yeah.
Like, please be playing Comfest, please, 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 but they're probably on the bigger things, I don't know. Definitely a favorite song on the record.
It's got a really cool acoustic guitar line, and it has
strumming.
Yeah, and it's got this like purposeful dissonance, like these off-key notes at the end of the guitar line that repeat. It's really cool. Reminds me a bit of Whiskey Town.
Yeah.
Also reminds me a bit of Nada Surf.
Oh, dude.
I think his vocals actually sound like the guy from Nada
Surf.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see that.
I love
Great
the line.
reference, by the way.
I love the line, "Jealousy's a kickstart to the evening."
Oh, yeah.
And I would keep writing like what he says after that, but
Yeah, yeah. I think he got me beat as far as the lyric that you wrote down. But, to me, it's about dealing with emotions.
Yeah.
And there's the line, big songbirds don't cry, they just get the blues. And then he says, you like to get above it, but a lie can fit in any stomach.
Yeah.
And boy, I identify with that. You're shoving resentments down inside, not worrying about it.
Great melodies.
Beautiful song.
The great melodies in this song.
Yeah, that acoustic guitar that's out front, that specific chord that you're talking about, that is an earworm.
Yeah.
Like, I've had that like in my head for...
And then it has those last two notes that are like slightly flat,
Yeah,
it's pretty
fantastic. Cool. I probably can't get away with putting it in here. Sorry. Go listen to the song. Number 5, number 4.
Good Ghost. I like it a lot. I put a star next to it.
No stars for these stars.
This one, I think, sounds like Saint Seneca somewhat. Also, I wrote down Badly Drowned Boy. I think this song reminds me of Badly Drowned Boy.
Haven't thought about that in a while.
Wow. I really like it. That like the vulnerability and his lyrical delivery is really nice. I like his voice a lot.
I do too, a lot. And the more I listen to it, the more I like it.
And this song is about like if he's talking about his lover, wife, if they had passed, they would be a good ghost.
Yeah.
And it's really cool. Like, it's kind of simple. He talks about them like playing the piano with him when he's playing and stuff like that. But I wrote down that I could reach and touch you if I wanted to. Like he feels that close to. I mean, it's kind of like I don't know. It's kind of a weird. It's almost like I'm so glad that I don't have to be sad right now because you are here with me now. You know what I mean? That kind of thing.
You nailed it. Yeah. That was beautiful, buddy.
Yeah.
Great job.
I really like this song a lot.
I have absolutely nothing of value to say compared to that, so I'm just going to say maybe I should have given it a star. It just made me like it better. Now, number 5, Dream Dating.
Mm-hmm.
This is about how everything is okay when you're in love. When you fall in love, the sky's blue, the grass is green, and everything. Every day is a beautiful sunset.
I think this sounds like Bright Eyes. This song has, and I like it because of the instrumentation. It has a lot of clarinet and flute in it, which I feel like sounds Bright Eyes-ish.
Yes, yes. If you have a clarinet, you can probably get away with saying that Mike Bozier was around.
Yeah.
So this one did get a star from me. I think that the use of instrumentation throughout the entire record, but also in this song, lots of horns, strings.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm wondering who around town's playing with these guys. Where did they record this? I want to know
It's
more.
all on the Bandcamp page.
Oh, yeah. It's called, what's the internet again?
Right. 6. This song's called Long Drive.
Yeah.
It's really interesting.
It is.
It starts with like an isolated vocal and keyboard, and it has this bass. I don't know if it's bass. I think it's just low keyboard, and it sounds like so gross.
Yeah.
It's just like, I don't know. It's kind of a nasty. It's cool. And I wrote down psychedelic. I feel like this is the closest they get to like almost like a Flaming Lips.
Yes.
Yeah. I do, and the vocal I think is really good. But I would say this is the least traditional song on the album.
Yeah,
but I really like it. Sure. It stands out because of that.
Right, especially for a song that's only 2 minutes long.
It is short.
Yeah.
If it was longer, I might not like it as much.
Right, right. It's like they get in, they get out, they do what they're doing, and they convey the meaning. I thought that this one, we've got kind of a common thread going. Of course, sad dad rock, but whatever. But relationships are like a journey, obviously. We gather memories, like objects, and objects become memories, like we've been talking about.
Right.
slower, but yeah, just a lovely song.
Yeah.
Track number 7, Lock It.
It's a good song.
Yeah.
It's like a straight rock song.
Yeah,
I didn't
playing.
write a star by it, but I should have, I think.
All right, I'm taking that credit for Good Ghost then too.
Okay, but I just love how come all my candor just comes across as grandeur, and I'm a locket with my own face in the frame. Like that's the chorus, and that's great writing.
It really is.
Like that.
Nothing like that on the New Pornographers record.
I didn't write this down, but that's like a Paul Westerberg like Replacements kind of line, you know. And this song
coming up with the perfect references.
I really like this song a lot. I don't know why I didn't put a star next to it. It's probably one of this song and the next song are the two songs I've listened to the most off of this album.
Yeah, well, really interesting. Yeah. I listen to Lock It a lot. To me, I identify with it a lot. It's about self-discovery, kind of growing into who you are.
Yeah.
Really great. Did not get a star on mine, but probably deserved one. Number 8, Overrater.
Yeah.
That one did get a star for me.
It's good.
It is a gosh darn jam, man.
Yeah.
Braggadocious lyrics fronting, but like it's betraying his insecurities.
What I wrote down is this is what he's been going for. Like I feel like this is the song that like the whole album. This is what the band is supposed to sound like. You know, it's like a mix between the Sidekicks and Saint Seneca.
Yeah,
I feel like, you know, and this is
here's how I've evolved.
This particular song, I think, presents
I've got this
that
crew with
in
me
the
now.
best way. There's a video for it. It's a pretty cool video. Yeah.
I gotta get better at research.
You also have a backing vocal by Zach Little from Saint Seneca on this album, or on this song. So
I made a note about the harmonization. Sounds really good.
And this is probably the heaviest, like towards the end, it's probably the heaviest guitars on the record.
Yeah.
I think.
Yep.
So that's your sidekicks coming in there towards the end.
Yeah, I would say that's totally fair. Number 9, Infinite Spring, the title track.
Yeah.
I think this is very autobiographical.
Yeah, it's great. Talking about changing his writing process.
Yeah, like he goes into his writing process.
And doing it different now.
Yeah.
You know, it's great.
I really admired that honesty and still, I mean, it's not like he's just talking. He's making catchy lyrics.
Yeah. The chord changes are great. The melodies are great. The chorus is surprising. I think it's the best vocal he delivers on the record. I, again, wrote down Beatles and Beach Boys.
The Beach Boys, and a little more Beatles there too.
And like that doing it different now almost becomes like it's not a chorus, but it's like the pinnacle of a non-linear song, you know, that doing it different now. I really like it a lot. I think it's the longest track on the album.
Yeah, it's the only one that's like plus 4 minutes. I think.
Yeah, and I think it's definitely worth a listen. I would say Overrater is like what he was going for. I think this is his best written song. You know, lyrically.
I think that is accurate. Yeah. When you can write about your own creative process as part of your creative process, like you're showing off. You're pretty awesome, dude. Track 10 and the finale, Wave Back. More beautiful acoustic strumming at the beginning. If you don't like acoustic guitars, probably just go to Overrater and Infinite Spring. But it's about making peace with loss, growing old, changing, growth. Again, probably a little bit autobiographical.
Yeah, and it's like it's summer rock.
Yeah,
you know?
dude, literally a great summer record right here.
Yeah, I mean, I think definitely
we should be friends.
The whole record has good summer vibes, but man. Wave Back is definitely going for summer rock.
Yeah,
I feel like. Yeah.
I would listen to this album, and I've listened to it in a lot of cases, but I tell you what, if you're going out to the garden to water flowers in the morning, you want to wake up to something kind of nice. I've done that one a couple times. It's lovely. Maybe a nice drive home in the evening if there's a sunset.
Yeah.
With the windows down. Highly recommend. Go Columbus. Superviolet is awesome.
Superviolet, Infinite Spring. Check it out, y'all. All right, thanks for watching Tweed Up. We'll see you next time. Peace.
Peace out.
Captain Depression, we salute you. 'Cause I'm only a private, but you know my heart is in it. Yeah, I swear my heart is in it. I never asked you for anything. It's exactly what I got.